Hey guys, welcome back. I think this is video 6 on this one. We're going to drop that down a little so you can see inside here a little bit better. I just went through and tightened all of the shank nuts up and then tightened the faucets on the front. And now, I'm going to go through and put the tail pieces on the back. Now for this one, I went ahead and got these 90-degree tail pieces, and the reason I did that is because this system is going to only partially be in the room. So only this section is going to be open to pass through. So all these lines are going to be coming up this way and attaching over here. So now I need to get one of my boxes out that has other components for it. Which I should have done before I started this video. And of course I grabbed the wrong one. Nice. Good. Not enough space. Ow. I love to use these Craftsman boxes because they've got all of those spots in them. Perfect for holding all the little bits and bobs that you need for this kind of thing. So, we're going to need 12 beer nuts. And again, I use all stainless steel components. I don't use any brass ones. Even though this doesn't come in contact with the product, I don't want anything to happen. I want to install this system, and I don't want any of these parts to ever wear out. It's just, you know, a nicer thing to do for your brewery, or for your friend's brewery, or for your friend's bar, or your bar, whatever, or your client's bar. And we're going to put a beer nut gasket with each one. And I like to lay everything out beforehand so that it's easily seen. You can see that you've got all of the parts that you need before you do your installation. Now, I'll grab these. We're going to go across just the top. Now over here, we don't necessarily need to use the 90s. We're going to put it in anyway just so that it looks, you know, it looks right and all of that. We're going to take our beer nut. We're going to put our 90 tailpiece in through, like that. We're going to put our beer nut gasket on there. And then this just goes on and screws on to the shank. Just like that. And I'm going down on this one because it's going to come in and go up. And as I come over, the tail pieces are going to be at more of a slant. So this one over here, again, tail piece into the beer nut gasket. This one over here, I'm going to put on. This one's going to be, you know, about a 45-degree angle. And all of these are going to be that way because the line's just going to come, they're going to be hanging out down here, but it's going to come up, sweep up to it. This will also keep all the lines nice and clear where they are. Sometimes you open these boxes up and it's just a big spaghetti bowl of beer lines, and you gotta trace it and figure out where everything goes. Kind of a pain in the butt. It's always best to keep your lines as clear as possible. And trust me, I keep saying this. Spend a little bit extra and get the stainless. Well, it's not a little bit extra, it's more. But it is worth it. In the long run, if I ever have to tear this system back apart for any reason, all of these components are still going to be good. If I was using brass, there's a real question. I've seen brass 90s like this that are, you know, the acidity of the beer is just eating it so bad that it's leaking, it's blowing out. You go to take it apart, it crumbles in your hand. Always use stainless. Unless you're watching this 100 years from now and there's a better better material, but you know, I kind of doubt it. Alright, all of those are on. As you can see, we go from a pretty, like a 45-degree angle. And as we come across, they start getting a little less, a little less, a little less, till they're over here, because it's literally just going to come in and right onto it. Well, my choker line is. Ooh. Now, you go through with your handy-dandy faucet wrench here. The other side is your beer nut wrench. You just hold it and give it a little bit. We're not going to tighten it up much. We literally just want it to be on there where it's not going to vibrate apart. And when I go to do the install, I'll make sure to tighten these up fully in case I need to take something apart and move something or put something else in its place. I don't want to fight it, so just enough to hold it in place. You know, hand tight, quarter turn pass, it'll hold it in place. And honestly, it doesn't even need to be tightened that much more in install. I like to take it even further just so that there's no chance of leaking, but honestly, these probably wouldn't leak. So, that's that, and that's honestly pretty much what we can do on this box, with the exception of putting some insulation in it before install. So, let me see if I've got some insulation. Ta-da! There it is. This is the insulation that I like using, a lot of people like using. It's easy, it's relatively inexpensive, not much to it, doesn't add any weight really. It's easy to lay out and cut, use a box knife, And then use some double-sided sticky tape. I like to use like carpet tape on it. That's it. There you go. All right. See you on the next one.